Alright, so back at it. Next day, Friday, middle of the day, is got a little time free. Going to try to really kick this into high gear and see if I can get some real progress here, so that I can get to the end of it, get it fully functional, and then go back and start maybe cleaning up, or then or be able to be satisfied and be able to abandon it, or whatever. Um, it's kind of time for this project to start to come to an end, I think. I have an idea for something else I want to do. Similar to this, I want to keep doing card games and like board games, kind of static games like that. And then eventually probably cycle back and do like a graphical version of this with like drawings of the cards and stuff like that. I don't know. But I want to keep building little games, simple-ish games. So, um, where was I? Yesterday, if I remember, last night I stopped um, trying to. I needed to. Okay, yeah, I needed to be able to move from the stock. I have this command implemented that when I run out of cards, I can just say stock, and it flips over the first card on the stockpile. But right now, I can't play from it because everything, all of my functions that manipulate the data model, everything looks directly at Tableau, because I was just sketching from there without even really thinking about having to look anywhere else. And so now I got to code that like kind of from scratch. Code it and a function that specifically looks at, or code that specifically looks in the stockpile to actually make the move from the stockpile and move to foundation or whatever. Um, so that's where I am. I had done a stock case stock. Okay. I was thinking about using the context. If I'm not mistaken, what was I going to do? If it comes in here, if the first thing in there in input is stock, if the context is blank, meaning it was, meaning this is, meaning stock was the first word. If context is blank, if input, if the length of input, okay, meaning there's nothing after it, the length of input is greater, if there is something after it, meaning the length of input is greater than 1, meaning there's other words, it's stock something else, then set the context to stock and break. What that would do is, we're still in a while, so that would come back in here, and context is now stock. The case would be stock because it checks the first index of input, which is the first word in there. The current token is this, and so it would check that still, which is stock. But now this is false. The context is not blank. It's stock. And so now I can do something in this case if there's something after that. What do I want to do? I could just set context. I could set the current token to 2 and break, which would drop me in here and allow me to reuse this. Okay, what I would have to do though, okay, it's gonna look at, this code looks at operand 4 and 5. The problem that I have is that, so if I say the command I'm thinking about making is going to be stock to, say, 10 diamonds. What I could do here, I could say in this, if the context is stop, I could set, I could push I could set current token to 2, and then I could set what I need to be able to do. Okay, this is the problem I have. I can't get card 1. I don't have access to the data model in here. This is the problem. This doesn't get, this gets controller, but it doesn't have access to the data model. Rightfully so. What now? I do have access to the controller. I could say controller, I can make a public method on controller that can get a card from the data model for me. Let's just do that. Look, I'm trying to get this done. Let's live a little. I'm gonna say this dot get stock top. That'll be a function. It doesn't take anything because all it needs to do is to return something. It should return data dot stockpile at the index of stockpile of data dot stockpile dot length of basically the last thing in stockpile, or basically what's on top. That's the way I'm running it. It gives me that last thing. Okay, save that, come back, and what I can do here is I can say if context is stop, I'm going to manipulate the tokens. This is a corruption of, or do I even have to? If I want this to, if I want to be able to use the code that's already there, I'm going to have to manipulate the tokens. All right, I need a array function. Can I insert? I need an array function that'll let me insert a token. This is not, you know, why do I keep making excuses? It's my code. It's mine. I do what I want. I do what I like. That's if I can. Let's see. For each find index fill returns entries. Oh boy, can you even insert? Shift pulls off the front, push goes to the end. So unshift adds to the beginning. Okay, so if I want to insert something, I would actually have to insert it. That's just really not a that's not a good move, I don't think, because you're manipulating the tokens, and that just doesn't feel right. Because if I come after this with something else, that adds a possible change that could happen to the token list, which starts to create, you know, chaos. The problem that I have is this is looking statically at position 4. And position 5, I would end up having to change this. But I can do that. Let's just do it. Or would it be better? What'll be better? Because what I was gonna do, what I'm thinking about, is setting now. Because it'll be stock 2. There'll be 0, 1, and then 2 will be the value, and 3 will be the suit. So it'll be stock 2, 6 hearts. If context is move, yeah, because I could set current token to the next token and set the context to move, and it would use the move code. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Is there a way I could fix this? Is there a way I could fix this so that it does this like programmatically and looks at well, the command is fixed because that command is move 5 hearts 2. So it's 0, 1, 2, move 5 hearts, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. This one would be 0, 1. Okay. There's no way I could keep a cursor on the current token and just say next token. I could do that. No, I don't want to do that. Let's just, this be just duplicating basically this code. Let's just do this. I'm going to copy this. If context is stock, I'm going to copy this code here. Out of here. Let's see, down to there. I'm going to copy this and just drop this in here. Okay, what this will let me do is it'll let me operand 2 becomes so stock 2 input this is 0, 1, input 2, stock 2, value, and suit. So that becomes operand 2. If operand 2 is a valid card, as a valid card, it's going to check if it's a valid card. All right. If it is a valid card, I want it to, for this, I want it to pass. Okay, I have to be careful of how I do that. Operand 2, let's do this. Okay, operand 1 becomes a new, I need to get first. I need to get, I need to say, var stock card equals controller dot get stock top and put that in there, and then say new card descriptor and set it to stock card dot value, and then stock card dot suit. All right, and that'll create operand 1. This will then output this and return true. Okay, that makes that logic basically the same thing. Now it goes over to Game Master, and it basically comes in as a move. All right, where I need to make my changes is now that allows me to leave this in place. Move is fine now. It's going to check the rank and make sure, oh, no. Move is not, well, okay. Okay. This is only valid for, all right, this is only valid for a move to the tableau. Because if I'm going to the foundation, that would have to come through, okay. That would have to come through build. So that's fine. But here, I need to add a condition here that checks. Okay, that's fine. Okay. If the context is stock, then it does this. What that can indicate is a play to the tableau. It's just stock to the card. The way I can do that is say if input length, I can set it specifically. If input length, if the length of that input array, if there were stock to 5 hearts, if it's length 4, if there are 4 tokens, if there are 4 tokens, then that means that it's a play to the tableau. However, if I want to go to the foundation, I can do that one. The way I'm thinking that one is to say stock to hearts, stock to diamonds. Just say the name of the suit because each suit has a foundation. So if, okay. That lets me leave that in place. I can say now else if context is build, let's say the context is build. Okay, I can do this then. I can do something else. And I have to put a condition here. If the length is 4, then the context becomes stock. Else if input dot length is 3, if input dot length is 3, then I want to put I want to set context to build. Okay, and then basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy the code out of the build command and structure it so that it structures output so as to send for a build command. So what that would include would be this. Okay, the card. Yeah, I can do this. Come in here. Boom. Okay. Now, what does it need? It expects the output for build. It expects the build keyword, and it expects a card. Okay. I'm gonna do that. My card would basically be the top of the stock, so I can say var stock card equals controller dot get stock top, and then the card becomes new card descriptor and stock card dot value and stock card dot suit. Okay. Okay. Then it can check if it's a valid card. If it was, it will output the keyword build and card into an array, which that makes it standard. Then it comes over to Game Master. What is this saying? Card is already defined. Where? Is there something in scope? These are, the cases are in separate scopes. It's saying card is already defined, but these cases should be, I would imagine they're separate scopes. We're going to find out. It's saying both of these are already, let's see. JS switch case scope. Block scope variables. Case, the statements inside are executed. Let me search this for scope. Block scope variables. Okay. ES6 made available where you want to use let and const statements to declare block scope. So, okay. So they're not blocks. Okay. I would have to use let, but that's ES6. It's not what I'm doing. So, I mean, it's just as easy for me to just modify this to see those as declared up there. What I can do, just to clean this up, is just declare them outside since they see each other anyway. It declares card operand 1 and 2 and declare var card and then var stock card, like that, and just let them use those. I learned something there. Cool, because I heard of the let keyword but never used it. Okay. Game Master. All right, so now it comes in build, and what is it looking for? It received, the do command receives input, that array. So if it's build, first thing in it is build, it's going to okay, where is card getting set? Card gets set. If it's build, it looks at the first thing. Okay. All right, it's gonna validate with just card. It's gonna find, okay. This now, I have an issue because, okay, my issue now is here in Game Master because of validate. Validate doesn't look in the stockpile. Validate looks in available. Did I handle? Okay, I did handle that. If the stockpile, if the top thing on the stockpile, it adds it into available. Okay, cool. Validate doesn't deal with Tableau. It just takes those cards and checks the rank. Okay, now validate. Now, let's see. It says if card 2 isn't null, if the suit is in, okay, it checks if it's available. That's all that's doing. Okay, the rank checking happens down here, and so that's where I'm gonna build a new case. Oh crud! I need a whole different set of conditions now because this is checking descending order. Crud. I need to check ascending order. Now I can use this. Well, wait, no. Build. Yes. Build checks ascending. Tableau would check. So build is correct. Okay. That's fine. This code should be fine. Alright. I'm going to save this. I didn't change anything in here yet. I'm going to save it and let's try it. So say stop. That flips a card. There's nowhere I can go with that king right now. Oh, yeah, I can take that king to the queen of diamonds. No, that would be ascending. I'm sorry. No, I can take. Is there any play I can make? That 8 can go to. Well, that's going to leave the empty column, and that'll screw up my. That'll get at the error that I have. That points out an issue that I have right now. In that I need to handle there being an empty column, just like I need to handle moving multiple cards, but I need to get stockpile implemented. Descending order. That ace can go to build. Let's say build. Wait a minute. I haven't handled. What have I not handled? There's something I haven't handled properly. I'm thinking, wait, because when I say stock, 2 hearts. Hold on, I didn't even handle that yet. Wait. If the context is build, meaning it was stock 2 hearts, I'm gonna get the top card. I'm gonna validate that it was fine. I need to now. Oh, okay. The way it handles it is just sends build and the card, and then when it gets over here in build, it checks the suit of the card. Okay, so that's fine because it can only. Okay, so I don't have to worry about that. Build. I'm gonna say clubs, ace. That moves that up there. Do I have another play? Blah blah blah. I have a bunch of queens. A jack. Can go. The jack of clubs can go to one of those. I'm gonna say move jack clubs to queen hearts. Oh, and I left my empty column again. Crud. I should have. Well, that's the only move I can make. The jack. There's no 10. There's nothing else I can do. I can say stock. Flip that. That 9 is just another 9. There's nothing I can do there. Trying to get to a position where I can actually play from that stock card. Let's just flip it and see what it is. Stock, queen. There's no king down there. stock 10. It's 2 aces. Let's build diamonds with the ace. Opened up another ace. Let's build hearts with the ace. Opened up a 10. There's nothing. Oh, let's move. Oh, let's move 4 hearts to 5 clubs. Okay, there's an 8, but there's a 9 in here. Oh, it wasn't a 9, so nothing I can do there. I can't put that 10 anywhere. It's not a 9. Alright, refresh. Stock. Jack. That jack can go to the Queen of Hearts. Okay, finally. So, stock to Queen of Hearts. Okay, so it says stock to Queen of Hearts. When it receives that, what is command processor supposed to do? Stock to Queen of Hearts. It's going to come in. The first thing is going to be stock. Context is blank. The length of the input is 4. It's going to set context to stock, and it's going to break, which will send it back around. It'll check this again because the first thing is still that. Context is not blank this time. Context is stock. Alright. It's going to set operand to what's that, input 2, which is the value, because this is 0, 1. 2 is the value, 3 is the suit. It's going to create a card in there. Stock card is going to be set to this, and then it's going to build operand 1 as the value and suit of that. It'll then check if they're both valid cards. If they were, it's going to create move operand 1 and 2 and let the move command take over. Move command in the data model. Okay, this is where my issue is now. Okay, move card is going to get card 1 and card 2, and then the problem comes that it's going to try to find them, and it only looks in the tableau. So that's what I needed. I knew there was something that was missing. It's in the data model. It's going to try to find those cards, and the jack of spades is not going to be in the tableau. So it's going to card var cards found is going to go cards 1 and cards 2, and card 1 is going to fail. So I need to modify find cards. Alright, I need to modify find cards. Find cards needs to somehow know okay. Okay, I can modify this. Alright, I can modify just move card. Okay, I can modify just move card to know that card 1 basically is already found and that it's the top card of the stockpile. It doesn't have to find it because it's just that one thing. So the way I can do that is by, I need to set some sort of flag for it to be able to let it know that card 1 is already found. And then as such, if that's the case, when it calls find cards, do it with it just being one card. if card 2 is null, card 2 found equals true, and let it just find one card. Okay, it'll find that one card and log. If card 1 and card 2 are found, break, and then return 1 and 2. Alright, how do I then deal with cards found? It then does that. I would have to create a new condition, but I can do all my modifications in here. So I'm going to add a new argument here and say is from stock. Okay. I'm going to say if it is from stock, then I want it to do this. Okay, I can cut that from there and put it here. If it is from stock, I want it to send it card 1 and then a null. Else, I want it to do the normal old thing. And send it card 2. Alright. This one, alright, if it's the normal thing, then it needs to leave it like that. If it's not, then card 2 location needs to be set to the top of the stockpile. I can put this in a condition. I can say if well, I could do that up here because this was just in the normal flow. Okay, we can just put everything inside here. If is from stock. So really what I could do is this. Let's see where this ends. I could put this I could put all of this in this first condition. No, in the second condition. Put all of that in there. Okay. This is if everything is normal. If everything wasn't normal though, then this is where I define my new logic. Okay. The logic is going to be a modified version of this. So I'll still need this. What it'll do, it'll if card 1 location is not null and card 2 location is not null, then this looks in the tableau for card 2 and sets it to card 1. It then blanks out tableau of card 1. That's what will change. So I still want this. I just need to change what it's looking at. Skip down a few lines because I'm going to add something here. I'm going to say var card one location is going to become this dot I don't need to set a location on this because I'm just going to use stockpile. All I need is stock 2 card 2 location is going to become cards found how do I handle that in build? It's just card location. It's gonna become the first thing. So when it returns, let's see, when find cards returns, if it was null, if card 2 is null, so the thing is at location 0. So cards found at at location 0. Okay. So it would then come in here, and it would what I need to do is change this to if stock, if this dot stockpile if this dot stockpile at the index of this dot stockpile dot length minus 1 dot is face up, if it's available and the location of card 2 is not null, then I want to look for card 2 in the tableau and set it to stockpile. I'm going to set it to stockpile, the thing on top of stockpile. I then know the way I can handle even this is just do this dot stockpile rather than nullifying. I can say this dot stockpile dot pop. Okay, and then I can get rid of that. I can get rid of that because I'm not dealing with the tableau. Okay, card 1 location inner is greater than 0, then is face up. No, I don't have to do this anymore because that's the stockpile. Card 1 was the stockpile. I then return true. If it wasn't face up, I return false because it shouldn't work. All right. So now where I am here, stock to Queen of Hearts, we've made it to this point, and what move card just received is card 1 and card 2 in the same way that it would have it would have only received 1 card. Well, no, it received it the same way that it would have received it from moving a card. It received 2 cards. That's right. All right. But if is from stock is set. Okay. So I need to go back in Game Master and change my call now to move card. I'm going to have to give some indication that I'm actually coming from the stock, because right now there is no indication. Wait a minute, stock, how do I do this? Okay, stock. Okay, that's if it just gets the red command. So now I would be getting move. How can I do this? This now matters. This is do. Do I get anything? Is there any indication here? No, I'm not giving any indication. That's going to cause me to have to modify. The easiest way is to just modify All right, I'm just going to modify do and change this to accept a variable called is from stock. And then come in here and say if it's, oh no, this, shoot, that's still valid. If it is from stock, that's still fine. Is from stock is fine. Is from stock. Alright, so if input 0 is move, if it's build, so I'm just using the regular old move. Alright, if it's move, I need to add another condition in here that checks if it is from stock. If it's from stock, perhaps I could modify that in some way. How could I do that? Because this is looking at the first thing. Okay, though it's looking at the first thing, and it should be getting stock. Yeah, this is it here. Okay, it's still going to be looking at our command. It will return stock. If the context was stock, then it does this and it sets it to move so that I could try to use that same code. Alright. Did I add another? I've made so many changes now. It's starting to get difficult to track. Stock. Context is stock. If it was 4, context is stock. It makes it back here. Context is not blank. Context is stock. It comes in, sets up some stuff, sets up operand 2 and 1, does a comparison, and outputs move with operand 1 and 2. Okay, this is where I could do my check and say make this stock. Put stock at the end of it. Come back to Game Master now. It now has 4. So controller.do now. There's nothing in here that's looking at that. So what I can do is I can say no, I can come back up in command processor and I can look at where I'm calling controller.do. I can say if not equal to invalid command, I can set a condition here that says if. How is this going to, can it see input? It can see input. You can see tokens. Okay, so if, okay, command at the last index is stop. If it's stock, then we're going to do controller.do We'll do controller dot do, and then we'll add true there. Else we'll do the same thing and do it with false. If it wasn't, okay. Well, I need to check this. If command, oh boy, hold on. Is there any situation in which there's 4 items? Does command, because the way I'm doing this, I'm not right now by checking the 4th command, if it's not 4 long. Let's look at my output cases. Move to output is set to 3 items. So I'm careful. That's the only one that does 4. I'm careful to hard code this. So what I want to do is I want to say if command dot length is greater than 3 first, then I'm going to check if command at the index of 4 is stop, then do this. Let's move this again. No, it's because we end up having to do it twice. You're going to the 20 plus 20, go on and do that because we have a lot to do. I could leave that the way it was. If it equals stop, then I'm going to set, I want to declare that in there. Well, yeah, just do it that way. Boom, boom, like that. Okay, this is what I get for no planning at all. All right, then I do that. If we made it in here, then I do that. If we didn't make it in there, then I do that. That handles this side of it. Okay, let's go back in Game Master, and now is from stock. Let's actually use it. So move right now, if the first thing is move, I need to deal with this is from stock in some way. All right now that's fine. It validates it. Okay, and then it comes down here to move. My use of is from stock should happen here. Okay. Okay. Let's see. If it is from stock and I'm in move, I modified move card. Okay, so that should let me then say, once I get in here, the color is opposite. And if the rank is proper, if move card comes back valid, okay, if the rank is proper, I need to put the condition here. If is from stock, then do this. If it was from stock, do this. True. Else, do this. false. Okay. It's this one. Uh-oh, what have I screwed up? That's this. If rank, if is from stock. Alright, it's tangled up with something. Oh, this is off. That needs indenting. I hate this crap. This needs indenting. Alright, I screwed up something. If is from stock, that should wrap this. Okay, if that should wrap this. Alright, let's go back. Before I ever changed anything like an idiot. Alright, that wraps that. Alright, if is from stock. Let's make that. I'm gonna go ahead and say else. Let's make that. Is everything still correct? It is. Is this correct? It is. So I'm gonna cut this now and place it in here. Indent it properly. Make sure it's still wrapped. It is wrapped properly. And then I'm now going to copy this, paste it here. Is it still correct? It is. That's fine. Now I need to change this to if it was from stock. True. If it wasn't from stock, false. Now, if all that's the case, if it was true, false, okay, if all that was the case, okay, if we get in these conditions here, if it is from stock and I do my, if this comes back true, I need to return true, because these take care of this. I'm returning false if the rank was wrong or the color was wrong, because I got two cards and I want to move one to the other. Okay, now if it is from stock, then I'm doing this. If this comes back false, what happens? It doesn't return true. What happens then? I just fall out of, I basically fall out of this and I break. And what's after this? Nothing. So there was never anything after this. The idea is that it's supposed to work. If I'd made it this far, it's supposed to work. I should be able to move the card. Nothing should go wrong here. I want to get the error basically if something goes wrong here. This shouldn't happen cleanly because these are all the checks that I've done. This is a valid move because that was the thing. I wanted it to be such that by the time it gets here, it's valid, period. Right? There should be no problem. It's valid, period. By the time it gets to actually manipulating the data model. If something's wrong at that point, I need the error from JavaScript basically tell me something in my code is wrong. There should be nothing wrong with the command because the command has been validated as far as it could. It should be the right suit, the right everything. So these are the last checks. Is the color opposite? Because we're moving to the tableau in this case. Is the color opposite? Is the rank descending? If it is, let's do it. Okay, so that handles a move command. Let's test it. I'm going to say stop. Four of hearts. I can take that to the five of diamonds. stock to 5 diamonds. Let's trace it again. What should happen when I submit this? It's going to come in command processor. What happens? It's going to come in here, tokenized, and it's going to go parse input. It's going to come in, and the first thing is stock. When it gets in stock, context is blank. The length of input, which is the tokens, is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 4. So it's going to set context to stock and break. Come back around in a while, hit stock again. Context is not blank this time. Context is stock. So it's going to set operand 2 to the value and suit of 5 diamonds. And it's going to set stock card to get the top card here, which is the 4 of hearts. And it's going to set operand 1 to that. If their values and suits are their valid cards, is going to then output move operand 1, operand 2 stock in an array. That'll get returned back up here as command. It'll set done to true, and this will break out, and it will send this back up here to command. Command won't be invalid command, so it will check if the length of the command array is greater than 3. It's 4 in this case because it's set to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Move operand 1, operand 2 in stock. And so it will be greater than 3. It'll come, if it wasn't, then it would come in and it would do this. It would say if controller.do came back true with command passed in, which is the input array, which is the output array, and is from stock set to false. If it is, if command at the index of 4, oh no. Sweet, gotta be careful. If the command at the index of 3, which is 0 index, if command at the index of 3 is stock, then it's going to set the second argument of control.do to true. If that comes back true, everything happened, and it says that to a non-breaking space. Otherwise, it's gonna, if it came back false, meaning that the command wasn't valid, it will set it to invalid command. Alright, let's check this case that it's true. I'm gonna have to refresh this. So I have to save because I modified that. It's gonna blank it out, but let's find another situation. Let's just flip stock pile. It's a king, I can't put that anywhere. Refresh. Stock. So queen. There's no red king, can't put that anywhere. Refresh. Stock. It's a 3 of diamonds. There's a 4 of diamonds. I can put that there. No, it's a 3 of spades, I'm sorry. Oh no, it's a 3 of diamonds, so I can't put that there. There's a 4 of clubs. The color, I haven't set this to modify the color. So there's a 4 of clubs. I can put that there. So I can say stock to 4 clubs. Alright, so that will be my command at this point. So now let's say that's in, we called control.do with the command array and true. We get here, it's got the command array, and is from stock is true. Alright, this is a move command because we're going to the tableau. So it is move. It's going to set card 1 to input 1, which is wrong now. That would be 2. No, I'm sorry. No, that's operand 1 because this is the output array. It's operand 1 and operand 2. So that's card 1 and card 2. That's 2 cards. And it's going to call validate with those 2 cards. Validate gets the 2 cards. Both set those flags to false. And it's going to call get available. which then comes down here. Where's get available? Get available. Oh, it's going to go up there. It's going to look at that available array. It's going to set the available array up with the available cards in the tableau and the top card of the stockpile. So we have available now. It's going to check through available, which should contain the top of the stockpile, to see if that card was available. If it was available to play, then it's going to come back down here having returned true. In that case, we would come past this now, and we would go to move. It's going to check if the color is proper. So it's opposite color because it's going to tableau, and it's descending because it's going to tableau. It'll then check if it's from stock. If this was true, then it's going to call move card with card 1, card 2, and true. If that comes back true, it'll refresh the display, return true to the call to controller.do back in command processor. And we should see the non-breaking space and everything. Let's check now move card. It just got card 1, card 2, and true. Move card, card 1, card 2, and it is from stock. If it was from the stock, then it's going to set cards found to find cards with card 1 and a null. Find cards sets up 2 flags. If card 2 is null, which it was, then it's going to set card 2 to already having been found, saying we set it to null because we knew where it was. It's going to run through this and find card 1. Once it finds card 1, it's going to put it in this array at the first index, and this one will be null, and it's going to return it. That comes back up here, and we set card 2 in this case to the first thing that was in there having been found. All right. We then come in here and we check if the stockpile was face up. So if the stockpile is active, meaning it's available, and card 2 location is not null. All right, I think is that an okay condition for saying that I can actually play that? No, that's not the correct condition. The correct condition would be to check is from stock. Oh, well, no, we're in here saying that, okay, we got in here because it was from stock. Okay. So this was to check if that's valid. Okay. This was to check if that card actually was available. The card was available, which is kind of redundant because we already checked it was in the available array, but that's fine. We then set if we got the location of card 2, meaning it was found, and we say console, we look in the tableau wherever card 2 was, and we set the next thing after it to be what we take out of, and we take out the last thing out of stockpile, which is that top card, and we set it there, and we return true. If this didn't work, if we weren't able to do that for whatever reason, we return false, and we say that it was an invalid command. Why it would have been an invalid command, I don't know at this point, but we're returning cleanly, I guess. So I don't know if I want that. You want it to fail there, but let's see. So stock to 4 of clubs. That's a perfectly valid play. That's a 3 of diamonds, so it's opposite color. I wonder though, this 3 of diamonds, I'm getting it from stockpile, so it should have color. I have SD available, so let's see. SD dot is stockpile dot stockpile. Is that a Does that have color in it and everything? Suit color. 3 of diamonds. Yep, red. Okay. Hit enter. Comes back as an invalid command. I got dummy. And that means that something returned in the answer this call. Okay. That command failed. It came back as invalid command. I noticed I got dummy, which means that it got back to command processor. And it was false. It was meaning this was true. It's greater than 3. Yeah, it got in here, and then this control.do returned false. That's what that means. So my beef is with is in not necessarily in here, because I know it would have called, looking at my code, I know that it made it because this is being printed out from the search. It found what it was looking for. It found the 3 of diamonds. It found the 3 of diamonds. What was it looking for? What was the command? It was 3 of diamonds to 4 of clubs. Let's see, where's search 1? What's game? Solitaire data. When it's searching, that's in find cards. Search 1, yeah. So it's looking for, what would it have been looking for? It would have been looking for the 4 of clubs. There's the 4 of clubs. Huh. 3 of diamonds. Let's see, what did I print out? It's printing out 3 of diamonds because the King of Hearts, the last thing. Okay, it didn't find it. I think that's what that indicates, that it didn't find it. Yeah, it didn't find it. Because it passed right over the 4 of clubs. Let's submit that again. Stock. I'm going to clear the console here. All right. Stock 2 4 clubs. Okay. It never found the 4 of clubs because I'm noticing that it basically just passed right over it up here. When it sees it, it's somewhere 4 diamonds, 4 of clubs right here. It sees it, but it never stops. It just keeps going. This print is printing out. It prints out the thing. It prints out search 1. It prints out the current thing that it's at, and it prints out card 1. Okay, what that shows is that card 1 is the 3 of diamonds. I was supposed to be sending in card 1 was the 3 of diamonds. I'm trying to find card 2. Okay, hold on. Card 2 is null. Okay. That's where I'm buggering up. I need to send this. Okay, okay. No. Wait, it prints out card 1, which is the 3 of diamonds. Let's see, the first, okay, search 1, it prints out card, it's printing out card 2. Which is, oh, it's searching for the 3 of diamonds. What is it searching for? Okay, let me go back up and look at the call. I'm calling it from move card, and I'm passing it. What is card 1? Card 1 is back in Game Master. Card 1 input, so it's setting card 1 to the first thing, so that's move 2. Oh, that's operand 1. Card 2 is operand 2. What is operand 1? That's back in command processor. Down here, operand 1 is the stock card. Operand 2 is the one that was typed in. So that's the tableau card. So 2 is the tableau card. So it's getting card 1, card 2. And this is move. This is move. Is that correct? Getting yes, it outputs move. So this is move. And that's 1, operand 1, operand 2. Validate, they're fine. Does nothing. It should come down here. Move. Operand 1 color. That's fine. Rank, that's fine. It is from stock. So operand 1, operand 2, and true. That's what gets to the data model. Operand 1, operand 2, and true. This is true. We get in here. It should give it operand 1 as card 1. Okay, that's the problem. It doesn't need to give it operand 1. It needs to give it operand 2. Okay. Yeah, as evidenced by the fact that I even said card 2 location is that. So it was giving it the wrong one. All right. Let's do a stock. 5 of spades. There's no 6. Can't use that. Stock. 2 of hearts. There's no 3. Stock. There's no king. Stock. That would only be for a blank. Stock. Refresh. Stock. That's an ace. I haven't built the functionality to move to a foundation yet, I don't think. It's a 6 of hearts. There's a 7 of clubs. I can do that. Stock to 7 clubs. Bada bing. We got it. Wow. So we can play from stock to tableau now. And actually blank that one out. Let's see if a subsequent call to stock works. It does, which is fittingly an ace, which means I now need to build the functionality to play from the stock. I need to now build the functionality to play from the stock. to play from the stock to the foundation. If I were to try to right now, I don't even have the command implemented yet. But what I'm hoping to be able to do is stock to, that's a heart, stock to hearts. Boom. And that should give me, I can already see how I have to add more conditions and whatever. But that's where I am. Now I need to implement moving from stock to foundation. That's progress. I'm going to take a break. And come back, and that will be, if I get the stock to foundation, that will be all of the major features. You can play within the tableau onto opposite colors with in descending order. You can play from the stock to this tableau, and you can play from the tableau to the foundation. You'll then be able to play from the stock to the foundation. The next thing will be those refinement things, the little holes of being able to handle there being a empty column. I mean, they're big things. There being an empty column and being able to move a whole column. Those will be the two big implementations, but all the quote-unquote major features of gameplay, as evidenced by the simple fact that it's a little more playable now, except, you know, for this last final thing. Because if you imagine that you can move within a tableau, you can pull from the stockpile and play there. Oh, the other feature, well, I'm going to do major feature first, which is to move from the stockpile to the foundation. But another quasi-major feature, which would, I'm thinking, be the next thing, would be, if I can't play this card, a subsequent call to stock should put this in the waste pile. It should leave it in available. Those are the little things it would have to do. Leave it in the available cards because it's still available, but put it in the stockpile. Put it in the waste pile. Then a subsequent call to stock. If the waste pile gets to be, you know, more than one thing, a subsequent call should then make that card that's under it unavailable. Only the top thing. Basically, we'll have two stockpiles. I'll have to implement another command of waste to let's see. Let me make sure. According to Hoyles, I have that bookmarked. Let's see. The top of the stock is turned up and built or added to a sequence if possible. Otherwise, it is laid aside face up to form a discard pile. The next card is then turned up and so on. Always, the top card of the discard or waste pile is available for play and may uncover a previous discard that may also become available. So, yeah, that's the distinction. That was what I was kind of confused on. The stockpile is not always flipped over, right? This could be turned over and unavailable. The waste pile, if there are cards in it, the top card of it is always available. So, that's kind of a major-ish feature to be able to handle that. So after being able to play from stock to foundation, it'll be from waste to tableau or to foundation. And honestly, those I can see how I could possibly be able to reuse some of the same code for a stock to be able to do those, because all it would be doing is basically swapping which which pile top you're looking at, because theoretically, now obviously you can make mistakes in the game, but theoretically, if the discard pile had a card on top of it that was available, and you enter the stop command anyway, theoretically, ideally, in a perfect situation, it would mean that this card was playable. This card wasn't playable. The waste pile card wasn't playable if you're still looking at the stop. I haven't put in any checks though. That would get more advanced of, like, checking through the well, not necessarily advanced. Well, yeah, because I would have to check through the available cards and see that there is a play that you can. I would have to basically make a test of each possible play and not allow you to do that because there's a play available. But that's not doesn't seem like a part of solitaire. I mean, it's a solo game. If you make a mistake, who knows? So, all right, I'm gonna eat some food and come right back.